Every month, half the human population is attacked, not by a virus, not by a predator, by their own body. Cramps so intense they trigger vomiting, pain that mimics a heart attack. And medicine has a name for this. It's called normal. We live in 2026. We have drugs that edit DNA. We have satellites mapping every cell in the human brain. We have transplanted hearts from pigs into living humans. And yet, every single month, billions of women are doubled over in pain. Pain that no pill fully stops. Pain that doctors dismissed for decades as just stress. Pain that gets compared in clinical studies to a mild heart attack. And the shocking part, this is not a disease. This is not a malfunction. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Which means one terrifying question remains. Why would evolution design a body that tortures itself? Stay with me, because the answer will change how you see your own biology forever. Here's what no biology class ever told you. The pain isn't a side effect, it's the point. Deep inside the human uterus, right now, a chemical war is being fought. Prostaglandins, ancient molecular weapons, are flooding the tissue. They trigger muscle contractions so violent that blood flow to the uterus gets cut off. Oxygen starvation. That's what causes the pain. Your body is literally suffocating its own organ, and it does this on purpose, once a month, every month, for 40 years of your life. This isn't damage. This is a prehistoric survival program, 300,000 years old, running exactly as intended, inside you, right now. But here's what makes this truly disturbing. You are not the only mammal who menstruates, but you might be the only one who suffers like this. Most animals, no pain, no cramps, no collapse, just you. And the reason why reveals something so dark about human evolution that scientists spent decades refusing to believe it. Let's go back. 300,000 years ago, East Africa, dry season, a woman in a small tribe of 20 people. No hospitals, no painkillers, no rest days. If she collapsed, the tribe moved without her. If she couldn't hunt or gather, her children starved. And yet, she bled. Every month she bled, and her body tore itself apart doing it. Why? Why would nature build something this brutal and keep it? The answer starts with a war, not between tribes, between mother and child, before a child is even born. Most mammals have a shallow placenta. It sits on top of the uterus wall like a leaf on water, easy to detach, clean, no damage on the way out. But human beings evolved something different, something aggressive. The human placenta doesn't sit on the uterine wall. It invades it. It drills through layers of tissue. It hijacks the mother's blood vessels, and it rewires them directly to feed the fetus. The mother loses control of her own blood supply. The fetus is now plugged directly into her circulatory system, and it will take exactly what it needs, whether the mother's body agrees or not. This is called hemocorial placentation, and it exists in only a handful of species on Earth. Humans, moles, some bats, all of them menstruate with pain. It is not a coincidence. Here's why this matters. When the embryo doesn't implant, when there's no pregnancy that month, the uterus has to tear down everything it built. A thick, blood-rich lining, full of vessels that were ready to be invaded. To tear that down, the body deploys prostaglandins, chemical signals that say, destroy this, now, completely. The uterine muscle contracts, hard, like a fist clenching around itself, and those contractions cut off the blood supply. Ischemia, the medical term for oxygen starvation, sets in. The same mechanism that causes chest pain in a heart attack. Only here, it happens in the uterus. Every single month. The pain is not a flaw. It's the cleanup crew, working exactly as programmed. by 300,000 years of brutal natural selection. But here's where Loop 2 deepens. If this is ancient design, why does it hurt more in modern humans than in our ancestors? Why are rates of severe period pain rising? 2 words: chronic inflammation. And the answer to that question takes us somewhere much darker. Let's get specific. A female chimpanzee menstruates. Minimal pain. Brief. Functional. A female bonobo, same. A female human, 3 to 10 days of symptoms. Cramps, back pain, nausea, migraines, mood collapse, sometimes fainting, sometimes hospitalization. Why is the human experience so extreme? The answer is something called the Mismatch Hypothesis, and it might be the most important idea in all of modern medicine. Your body was built for a world that no longer exists. In Paleolithic conditions, a woman had her first pregnancy at 15 or 16. She breastfed for 2 to 4 years, then pregnant again, breastfeed again. Across a lifetime of 40 years, if she survived, she menstruated approximately 150 times, 150 cycles total. The average woman in 2026, 450 cycles, 3 times more. And each one of those cycles triggers the same chemical attack, the same prostaglandin flood, the same inflammatory cascade, 3 times the exposure, 3 times the damage accumulation, 3 times the pain signals. Your uterus was not designed for 450 rounds. It was designed for 150. You are running ancient hardware at triple the load it was built for, and it is breaking down under the pressure. But there's more. Modern diet floods the body with omega-6 fatty acids, processed food, vegetable oils, fast food. Omega-6 is the raw material your body uses to manufacture prostaglandins. More omega-6, more prostaglandins, more violent contractions, more pain. Your Paleolithic ancestors ate a diet balanced roughly 1-to-1, omega-6 to omega-3. Today's average diet runs 15-to-1. In some populations, 25-to-1. You are feeding your body 25 times more inflammatory fuel than the system was calibrated for. And then there's chronic stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, amplifies prostaglandin sensitivity. Every anxious commute, every deadline, every sleepless night. It turns up the pain dial. Your ancestors' stress was acute, a predator, a flood, a fight. It ended. Yours is chronic, constant, low level, relentless, and it never turns off. So humans suffer more because of the mismatch between ancient design and modern life. But that still doesn't answer the deepest question. Why does the uterus attack itself at all? Why didn't evolution find a cleaner solution? Here's the answer that changes everything. The uterus attacks itself because it has to, because the human fetus is a parasite. I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean it in the precise biological sense. The human placenta evolved to extract maximum resources from the mother, even at the cost of her health, her well-being, her survival. The fetus injects hormones directly into the mother's bloodstream, hormones that suppress her immune system, hormones that raise her blood sugar to keep the fetal brain fed, hormones that raise her blood pressure to increase blood delivery. The mother's body resists, the fetus pushes back, a tug of war at the cellular level. Every pregnancy is a negotiated conflict between 2 competing genomes. This is the theory proposed by David Haig at Harvard, parent-offspring conflict. The fetus is not a passive passenger. It is an active agent fighting for maximum resources, and the mother's uterus evolved to match it, to be aggressive enough to control this invasion, to dismantle itself completely each month so nothing less than a viable embryo can take hold. The uterine lining doesn't shed gently. It destroys itself, because gentle wouldn't work, Because the human embryo is too aggressive to respond to gentle. The pain is not a mistake. The pain is the proof that your biology is working correctly. An incredibly violent, incredibly ancient, incredibly precise system, doing exactly what it was built to do, in a world it was never designed for. So who's to blame? Not evolution. Evolution did its job. It built a system perfectly calibrated for a Paleolithic world. Short reproductive life, constant pregnancy, clean diet, acute stress. The system worked. The problem is the world changed, and the system didn't. You are a Paleolithic machine running in a modern environment, and the pain is the sound of that mismatch. So here's the answer to the question we opened with. Why would evolution design a body that tortures itself? It didn't. It designed a body for a world that no longer exists. A world of constant pregnancy, short lifespans, and balanced diets. You are experiencing that design at triple the intended load, fueled by inflammatory food, amplified by chronic stress, running a program written 300,000 years ago in conditions that bear no resemblance to your life. Your body isn't punishing you. It's doing its job. The problem is, its job description is 300,000 years out of date. And if this is what happens when ancient code runs in a modern body, wait until you see what it does to your brain. That's next.